IBX Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. This is where I'm at right now for the last time. This will be my last stream for a little week while I'm going back and doing some stuff. That'll actually be one more time that I'm over here, but that, just for a little bit of a life update there before we go into the live stream where I'm working on a big project. I got my big bar up there so you can tell we've got some fancy stuff here. I'm working on a big project today, and that is placing Netherrack all over my desert. I did a really good job between the last few streams and indeed, obviously, the Let's Play this week, but I think we can finally push it over the line today. I've got a couple more shulker boxes left of Netherrack, and I intend to have the terrain look like, this looks really cool, this corner here. This looks less cool because you can see the old desert. And so, by netherizing as much as we can, at the very least, this corner over here will be entirely gone, and then we'll come back and we'll work on this area here too. It'll be a lot of fun. So hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and it's gonna be a lot of fun, I assume. So yeah, Windows background. I think the Windows background is one of the most beautiful things that I would build in Minecraft, but the problem is it already exists. Speaking of things that already exist, got some I got big and small salmon hanging out together here. Wow, I feel like I'm not playing a mediocre Minecraft version. Do you guys feel that too? Like, we're playing a version where there's real ability to decide, and, you can actually do things that you want to do, and indeed, the mobs are really customizable. That's what I feel like. Wow, look at how I'm placing the blocks, and I can hold down the button, and it'll keep going. Oh wait, what was that? What did I just do? How did I just do that? Sometimes, okay, so the console edition's way better at it than Bedrock is. Bedrock has some really weird things if you hold down the button that happen, and I have no idea how to even, I think I can go left to right, holding down the button, but I don't understand how I can make it, stack on top of each other. It just sometimes does, and that's always very odd. But yeah, if you want to place blocks in a row, for instance here, just holding down the button is really, really, really handy if you have a big enough stack, because it'll just go and follow with you. It's really cool stuff. Anyway, I love your video so much. God bless you and your family, says Techno King. I hope that you're having a wonderful Thursday evening. I really am excited. I love looking at a Minecraft project. Right now, you can see we've got this whole ugly desert, and I love knowing that just bit by bit, we're going to make a big difference. I think sometimes that's how you have to kind of, view your contribution towards basically anything. Is yeah, everyone wants to do the grandest, biggest stuff, right? That's why movies, you never see a movie that's oh yeah, I went on my farm today and I harvested my crops and it was all okay. We want to see the biggest, most dramatic stuff. Even videos that go viral online. It's always the most intense version of moments that will go big. I saw a store owner defend himself from someone who was trying to rob the store. He stabbed the guy a bunch of times, and even though that's a terrifying situation, it is a big badass, you've got to do something sort of thing. Whereas most of that guy's day, who, the person who stabbed the guy who tried to rob his store, most of his day consists of every half an hour someone comes in and goes, could I have this? And he's like, oh yeah, we don't have that here. Or, something like that. I thought it was very interesting. Anyway, so, speaking of very interesting, I think that sometimes you want everything to be the biggest, you've just finished the project moment. And I think working on projects where you can get that more, totally a cool thing to do too. But I also think that sometimes you just gotta be yeah, it's fine. There's gonna be a real big payoff when I'm done here, and I'm gonna have an entire bedrock-sized Nether in my world. It might take some doing, but it's gonna be real good. So Stabby is cool, says WJK. I think it would be, I feel like stabbing someone is the sort of thing that you're gonna either you realize about yourself that you can stab someone and basically it doesn't affect you. That would affect me if I could so easily stab someone without feeling anything, any remorse. But what's probably gonna happen is you're gonna be oh man, should I have stabbed him over that money? You always hear people talk about this when they say oh yeah, if someone tries to, hijack your car, if someone tries to take your phone, let them have it rather than trying to take your life. And I think that's interesting advice on the surface. It's probably the correct advice. You told me to get YouTube Premium, so I did. Oh, also, your videos bring so much happiness. Thank you, Kaya Hazel, and thank you, Jar Jar Fail. Also, where is the member count? We must increase the Toycat taxes. When I'm in the US, it's really hard to display the member count. don't want to dive into like the why on that. But yeah, when I get back, so there's an interesting thing. Like, what was it when I left? It's a lot of people assume that like it only goes up, and maybe I know I've considered like like trying to just be like, okay, let's only count new members for this. But whatever it was when we left, it is lower than that now. If I showed you it right now, it is 475. Okay, actually, I think we might have gone. Apparently, we've gone slightly up from the start of February. You know, thank you to everyone who has become a member. It only goes up as long as you ignore it when it goes down. That's true for most things. One block at a time, soon it'll be covered. Yeah, it's beautiful. You know, I think the bigger something is, the harder it is to make a tiny dent in it, but also the more important it is to do so. Also, the more important it is to make those little tiny dents. Nice, says Angela Van Kampenhout. Nice indeed. Good to see you, by the way. Hope you're having a good time. Ham said, hi up, watching on my big TV. Yeah, you know, I love to watch YouTube on my TV. It's weird because like, I don't know, it's interesting. The sort of YouTube that you would watch on a TV is actually quite different to the YouTube you watch on not a TV, right? Is that just me? I'd love to know. Also, I guess there's gonna be a river here, which I'm gonna have to like lavarize or something. Yeah, what I'll probably do is just drain this and then fill it with lava. We don't need to place netherrack down there so much. As long as we have both sides of it properly netherracked up. If we later can just lava this, that'll be great. Instead of replacing the water with lava, maybe we can cover the water in magma instead. Oh, that's a good idea too. Yeah, that'd be a bit easier. Would involve less draining. You don't want to be doing any draining on a project that involves netherrack, you know? It seems counterintuitive. YouTube's TV app is annoying. Yeah, okay, you know what annoys me about it? Okay, watching YouTube on a TV. Okay, this is... Okay, is it time for hot takes here? It's time... Oh, that was weird. That happened so laggily too. Okay, hot take with Toy Cat time. If you watch YouTube on a TV, a little bit of a freeloader, right? It's near impossible to leave a comment. No one ever likes when they're on their TV. Like it just doesn't happen. It's like it takes 3 clicks on a TV, and you're sitting there. You know, you don't have time for free button presses. You don't have time for one button press. If we're being totally honest about. You know, and that's the same for me. Like I don't like videos when I'm on my PC. Like why would you? That seems like insane talk. Isn't it always hot takes of Toy Cat time? You know what? It's extra hot takes of Toy Cat time because we're in the Nether. You might not notice it, but this is in fact the Nether. Slowly but surely, it's becoming it at least. I like to watch on a TV. I enjoy it. Yeah, but so like it's really great as a viewer, but it makes you a freeloader because one of the things that makes YouTube better than other apps, like, yeah, you know, to some debate, is the fact that you can comment and that you can engage with it in some way. I'd say subscribing is the other one. When you get logged out of YouTube on TV, guess I'm not watching YouTube today because it takes 4 hours to type out the password on a remote. Oh yeah, exactly the same here, Harrison. I've had like every time I log into my TV, it's like, are you? And then it's like my plumber's name. Because he logged on at some point. And it's like, no, I'm not. And it's the only way to remove his account is to remove all of the accounts and start again. Which is annoying, by the way. It's like, I don't want to log into it. I don't want to do it. I know it's going to be hard. This should be easy, but it's not. So I actually have a different account for watching YouTube on my TV than what I watch on my PC and stuff with. Ideally, that's what you'd have, right? You'd have a different account for... I guess like a different account for your different devices. Because when you're on a phone, you want to watch different videos to when you're on a sofa, you know, with your dinner, right? Why did your plumber log in? Says JDubGamer23. Oh yeah, you know, I wonder like what the etiquette is and like should my plumber have logged into my YouTube if he was gonna watch, you know, he wanted to watch YouTube on his TV. Give him credit on my TV, I should say. You know, it was just, and so then he logged in. Like, is that bad etiquette? I'd like to know. You know, I was like a little annoyed that he did it, but then I realized like you can't. You know, there's some things where you are very much allowed to be annoyed, right? If someone spits in your soup, you're allowed to be upset. You don't have to be like, well, what if he really wanted to spit in my soup? Or like, if someone murders your dog, you don't have to be like, well, you know, he enjoys murdering. You know, I know. I think one of the places we have the weirdest interactions of this is like homeless people, right? Is like, well, you people be like, well, I mean, I sure these, you know, like when they're there, you know, like it's like there's issues of like crime and violence. It's like, you know, but they're the most needy in society. We should let them do those things. Like it's totally fine if they're violent towards people because they don't have a home, you know. And it's like, you know, that feels like a thing of like, no, we don't say just because someone really wants to commit crimes that it's okay that they do it. You know, I guess this is like any sort of like we're always like redefining what is and is not you know, a bad thing. But the example that always gets to me is like public bathrooms. They're like one of the most needed utilities, especially if you're someone who like needs to use the bathroom a lot. Maybe you have a condition, maybe you've got you know, like if you need to use a bathroom a lot, right? One of the banes of your life is the fact that, oh, one of the other groups of people who like to use the bathroom a lot are also the unhomed, right? And those people, whenever they're like common somewhere, like it's not in a good state. And there's this funny like, I always think about this in terms of like, when even the biggest rights in society, every right that you think of as like huge, comes from somewhere. You can't just have rights come out of nowhere, you know? Like if you think about, I don't know, like the right to I know the right to an education doesn't come out of nowhere. We have teachers, which we all have to, you know, there's a whole thing to it, right? Also speaking of, you know, thank you very much. You know, my right to be paid for my time comes from Kaya Hazel. What are your tips for sticking at survival long term? I always end up quitting or using keep inventory because I don't want to lose my stuff. I would say embrace losing your stuff. It's not that big of a deal. You know, like it's horrifying, but it's like a reminder to do better. Like it's a weird thing to say, to be like, yeah, sometimes bad things have got to happen for good things to happen, but that is kind of the point here. But yeah, like every right comes from somewhere, right? Someone has to, even, you know, like your right to education, you need to have like a teacher, you need to have like someone paying for you. There's steps required. We don't just say that is a right and then it magically happens. And so the interesting thing of like, you know, like this is what happens in cities with a lot of homeless people. The bathrooms have to be locked behind key codes. Have you ever noticed that? Like when you're in like when you're in a nice area or like you're somewhere that's like hard to access on foot, there's never a bathroom code. If you're like, you know, if you're in downtown San Francisco, every bathroom has a bathroom code and like very strict, like you cannot use it without being a customer. Like trying to discourage people from, you know, like using the bathrooms, which is, yeah, I have mixed feelings about. I have mixed feelings about the idea of that, at least. But the issue with it is, it's like someone, if you don't like the idea, if you're like, man, why do they put a code on there just to keep homeless people out? Which, you know, it's really mean if you say it on the surface. But it's like, yeah, well, either one of three things has to happen, right? Either you have a situation where, like the person who is just a minimum wage fast food worker has to clean up the messy bathroom way more often and in horrific ways that most people just aren't willing to deal with, right? Like I would not clean a messed up fast food bathroom, you know, unless you'd have to go through a lot for that. I don't know. Like I like cleaning my own bathroom. I can just, you know, I like when it looks nice and I don't like when it doesn't look nice. But like cleaning someone else's like poop off the wall, or, you know, it's a lot, right? And so it's like, okay, so you can't make it their responsibility. So it's now you have to make it like, okay, how are we going to have public bathrooms? Well, you got to make it so that it's paid and there's some way into it like that. And then it's like, ooh, what about those people? And then, or you have no public bathroom whatsoever, and now people who like rely on a bathroom to be able to go out can't go somewhere. And so, you know, the better alternative is like, well, what if you just have a basic policy of like, you can't use the bathroom if you look like you, but then you gotta like profile like who looks like they're gonna smear poop on the wall and who doesn't. I don't know, today I tried to use I really needed to pee. I was gonna just do it. Yeah, I don't know what the laws on indecent exposure are here, but I was like, I'll go into this lovely Wendy's, And you know, they're like, oh yeah, so just you can't use the bathroom, you can't blah 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 blah, like you gotta be a customer first. And I was like, I'll pay for something, that's fine. Just like, how about this? And she's like, well, da 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 da. And I was like, you know, I've never had such a long interaction that ended with like, please don't. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. Like the bathroom is like it's the same with like getting water at a restaurant, right? Like it's a utility being, it's a thing we think of as like a right. Like, oh, you have the right to get that water. But it's really like someone has to do that thing. And eventually, like, if enough people abuse it, people don't want to do it that way. Having been the person to clean McDonald's bathrooms, it's terrifying. Yeah, you know what? That's the truth, right? I hate to admit that, like, everyone falls into this too. Like, if you're around your friend's house and you, like, I don't know, you got some pee in the wrong place, you probably clean it up. You don't want to... You know, you don't want to mess with his house, but there's this weird way we can see public spaces, and it's like it's a weird thing where it's like, oh yeah, well, like someone deals with this. You know, even like if you even like littering, right? Like everyone litters all the time. It's just it's a universal thing that people don't like, but people always do. And it's like, yeah, because someone deals with that. It's not me. Whereas I would be dealing with it if I don't litter. I'd have to wait till I found a bin, and it's an interesting difference between things that are public and things that are not. Like for things that are public to work, we need to all see them as like, yes, this should be a nice thing. And yeah, I think that's where I was kind of bringing up with this issue. Is like, yeah, with like. It's not just like public bathrooms, like public spaces. Like if you ever go to a public park in a very densely crowded city, it can be like a scary place, right? It can you're not gonna be as willing to go there if there are people who are sleeping there. But also, don't they need shelter more than you need? You know, don't they need shelter more than you need a place to walk your dog? Yeah, kind of, right? And that's the funny thing about like any public anything. It's like, how do you decide who gets to use it for what? You have to kind of like define a real use that is okay, and then you have to define all the things that aren't okay. And it's I know, I think it's exhausting. I think about society a lot on this level of like, oh yeah, it's way harder than it sounds. Getting anything done. Like yeah, when I was like 18, 17 maybe, I remember it was a really popular like political mantra of like, oh yeah, nothing ever changes, so what's even the point in like voting or whatever. And I remember like, as I was thinking about it, just like, this is a thing that seems very, you know, like nothing ever changes, but so, and it's like, yeah, what as you realize like how much has to happen for like some tiny change. I remember, did anyone else have like what's it called? Like a school council? Like, you could vote for, like, someone to represent you in class. And then, like, did you ever have this? I thought this was the most cynical thing ever. Because, like, everyone would always run on, like, yeah, I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna, you know, like, you'd run on some crazy big promise. Like, yeah, I'm gonna make sure that we have this. I'm gonna make sure... I remember one guy, like, it was in college or something, he's like, I'm gonna make sure we get parking for students or something. And then, like, they always go off and they're like, yeah, we can do that. And I wonder if that's, like, meant to be, like, a representation of politics. Of, like, well, here's this thing that sounds real easy till you know what it is. I know, it sounds real easy to do a lot of things in Minecraft. Like, oh yeah, just defeat the Ender Dragon. Like, to me, in my mind, that's such a simple task. But, like, for so many people, it's like, oh, like, the majority of Minecraft players never defeated the dragon. I've never had a school president in my school. I don't litter, says generic you go. I bet there's a circumstance under which you'll litter. I don't know what the circumstance is, but I know it will happen. My kid did just that. We tried snap bans and lollies for bribery. Politics, yo. I think it's like so beautiful if it's set up deliberately, and so tragic if it's not. Like if they genuinely set up these systems as like, well, kids will be better engaged in politics and less cynical. And then instead it like, you know, they immediately jump to the same tactics of like, ooh, instead of actually trying to solve tricky problems, I can bribe my voter base. Instead of actually solving issues, I can just say things really angrily. I did the Dragon recently, and I regret not bringing glass bottles. Oh yeah, that's totally true. Streamly Fish, thank you, the Winter's Gem. Hope you're doing wonderful today. Yeah, it's can't wait for an 11-year-old. And then they cut themselves off at Hitley. You know, who knows what Hitley could be ending in? Could be literally anything. I'm gonna throw a dirt block on the ground, as well as 4 grass blocks. I think I'll keep the copper, though. I've really got to stop just cluttering my inventory, though. What are your thoughts on Minecraft players voting on a Minecraft update theme? See, that's a really interesting idea, right? I've had a lot of people argue that Minecraft democracy should be expanded, and I don't know how you can look at the mob votes from the last few years and say, yeah, this is a great process, we should be in charge of deciding more. Right? I just... People... I guess you could make the argument in the real world, like, why do we let politics be decided by the people when the best people are the people who, like, interact with the systems daily? And the answer is like, well, you as a citizen are the one who gets, you know, like, repressed or whatever under the system in which you live. So you as the person should be the one who gets to decide what happens with that. Also, I shouldn't have done that, but it's fine. We'll just, there we go. It looks great to me. Yeah, it's, I think the problem with allowing, like, people to vote on a Minecraft update, I think the problem that would come from that, very quickly, that was weird, is you know, like, you'd almost think, like, you're gaming the system if it's like, okay, here's an update that has, like, I don't know, like, the Caves and Cliffs update is what people would vote for. That was the closest thing we've had to a user-voted update. Mojang looked at what the community wanted. They wanted caves. And then they decided we will add caves, a cave update, you know? They added the cliffs in there because they said they'd add those at the Minecon Live before. They're like, let's change terrain. Let's do this great. The glow squid fills me with rage. The glow squid fills a lot of people with rage. Don't worry, it's not just you. But yeah, it's a really intriguing thing of like, yeah, that's what the community would vote for because it sounds so big and so intense. Caves and cliffs. If you were voting, if they gave the option, Caves and Cliffs update or a Desert Biome update, the Caves and Cliffs update not only is probably more exciting sounding, but also you assume you've got that wrong bias of you'll get more stuff. But the thing is, I think there's like a fixed amount of like time and work that can go into Minecraft update. I don't think that just because we vote for a bigger update theme, they produce more stuff. You know, that the reason people wanted the Sniffer more than the... What was the golem this year? It wasn't the copper golem, was it? It was the tough golem. Is because the copper golem... Sorry, the sniffer has a flower that comes with it. They voted for the mob that had the most guaranteed content. If Mojang wants to guarantee we'll vote on a mob, just give it some extra stuff. It's literally the same thing of like... you know, you're going to vote for the politician who says he's going to fix problems, or you're going to vote for the guy who promises, like, 5 free bonuses. Also, Biscuit Meister, hey, so Gat, long-time viewer, first-time tipper. I have a question. How do the new updates work on realms? If I already have a world, will I get the new Cherry Blossom plan? The answer is yes, in unloaded chunks only, though. Also, hi again, paying more Toycat tax. What are your plans for the super flat world? I have a video detailing those plans coming out soon. It's a really... Like, I want to summarize the last 100-something days of super flat, which obviously takes a while to do. And then I want to show off the whole world. It's a big video. It's coming out hopefully this weekend. Or Monday, maybe, if I don't have a Let's Play. But yeah, my plans for the super flat world are big. It's, it's gonna be like a little bit on hiatus, though. I really love the super flat world. I really want to come back to it. Oh, hello, friend. Why does he not care about me? Can I just walk into my cat? That's nice. You know, what happened? What happened to you, Mr. Drowned? Why did you get so calm? Anyway, so, I feel like their AIs are just dead, right? Like, look at him. He's dead on the inside. He does not care about anything. Our super flat plans thick? Super flat plans are thick. It's true. But yeah, I think there's a really interesting drowned are passive in daytime, apparently. Is that true? Interesting. Wait, that can't be true. That's not correct. This guy's gonna kill me. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Maybe only if he's swimming, though. Will he get out onto the land and attack me here? Huh. Well, you know, I guess I don't know enough about Minecraft mobs. He only wants to attack you if you're in the water. Huh. Weird. Yeah, outside in the daytime, they don't care about... That's gotta be a bug, right? Is that a bug? Is that a feature? I don't know. I really don't know. I think I might leave the inside of that as desert, by the way, just as a reminder of what's underneath everything else. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Also, look, we're getting close to this corner now. I kind of want to work from the corner back out, but I know I should. I gotta stay committed, block by block, see the progress come. Left, right, left, right, left, right. I thought it was a bug too, but then I heard it was fact from other people. I think this is a funny thing about information. Like, yeah, how do you know what's a bug and what's a feature as a casual Minecraft player? Because people will tell you all sorts of features are one or the other. And it's like, how are you ever going to know? The answer is it's very hard. Okay, so chat, I've got myself something fun today. I went on a very long walk this morning. And I built myself one of these. So do you know what this is? Do I have to go webcam only? I bought myself one of these. It's called a candy pop straw. Can you see it? Crazy pop straw. And as best I can tell, it's like a lollipop mixed with a crazy straw. So I've got like a little thing here. I've got to undo this. There we go. And now I get a lollipop. Maybe do I eat this? Do I chew this? What is? I guess it's hard. So I don't even know. But yeah, I guess let's. Oh, this is very dodgy. This is very. You know, it's like a. You know, it's fine. I'm just gonna chew through. Feels like rock or a lollipop. It's not even like a lollipop or anything. Anyway, so I assumed this would be like a flavorful way to make my drinks taste good. Like I like flavored water, right? Everyone likes flavored water. What if I could flavor my water with one of these? But I think I just don't understand correctly. Also, it's very, very wavy. Hard liquor. What does that comment even mean? Just hard liquor. Okay, you know, hard liquor chat. Now you know. So I'm going to roll this off slowly over the little bends in the straw. And I'm going to see how this works. So, okay, you can blow through it. So that means I can suck through it. Although this isn't going to fit in my water bottle. I guess I'll just take the lid off this. Okay, so it doesn't... You can see it's a crazy straw, and it's got a thing. Yeah, weird. Do I just continuously suck the... Yeah, I guess so. Very fun. It tastes like orange, like it's multicolored. But it's just an orange flavor. So do I eat the entire thing, chat, and then I use the straw? Or do I use the straw while it's like this? It's for drinking gin. It's to flavor your liquor. Is that actually true? Too many people have said that for that to be a joke. Get a hard liquor. I'm gonna Google that. That sounds too fake. Crazy straws. What are they for, though? Crazy straws. 9-inch for smoothie, hot chopped coffee, drink cocktail straw. Oh, they actually are. Oh, wait, no, that's crazy straw candy? I don't know how to... What are they for? There's no way they're actually for alcohol, right? Is that really? A lot of people are saying it. Drink from this... Okay, I've got a giant bottle of... Okay, you know what? One sec. I am in Vegas. Okay. The internet is very sure that I just gotta grab a big bottle. And then presumably I go through the candy. Okay, so this is a big bottle. I'm not sure if it'll actually fit. Oh, it's got one of those caps to stop you from doing this. Oh, and now I'm touching this. I guess I'm gonna pour this into something else. Okay, I'll put this into a bottle of something much more innocuous looking. Okay, for anyone, for legal reasons, I am about to drink some Gatorade that is unrelated to this noise you're hearing. Unrelated. Just looking for a Gatorade bottle. Yep, unrelated noises. Okay. So now I put the lid back on this. I'll see if this is any good then. I mean, it could be quite good. Okay, so it kind of fit. Yeah, if it's okay. Look at that, beautiful. Oh, that's fun. That's really fun. I do bottle service. Please remove the plastic tip on your bottle, Sir Toy Cat. Oh, you do bottle service? Wait, that's the thing. I've got a lot of questions. Are you not allowed to drink on YouTube? Only for hydration. No. If you... Okay, there's this fun game you can play, right? People will say that you shouldn't do something. Only if you're very... But like, yeah, okay. So like, if I... Let's pick the most ridiculous example, right? Like, if you directly are doing something, then someone will spot it and be like, oh, that's the whole thing. But if someone has to do the tiniest bit of work to work out if you're doing something, they won't be offended. Because people who get offended too easily, they don't have the mental capacity to work out, like, oh, when Toycat says he's drinking Gatorade, is that code for he's drinking the same drink that he just tried to stick his straw into? And they're like, no, that can't be code. I am, as someone who gets offended very easily at other people doing things, I don't have the brain capacity to work out what he could mean when he says he's drinking Gatorade. Surely he must be drinking... Also, this looks really cool to me, like... It tastes a lot better, too, like... It's, because it's like, again, it's like sucking a lollipop, but mixed with the joy of this thing. Current philosophy question being tackled: is Gatorade good with a Canderade straw? Is Gatorade good with a candy straw? It is. It really is. People are far too oversensitive. So the actual philosophy here is, right, why is it that there are so many things in society where everyone knows what it is, but we all have to hide it anyway? So, two examples that come to mind are there's paper bag laws on the east coast of the US where you can't drink alcohol in public unless it's in a paper bag. Everyone knows that if you're drinking out of a paper bag, that is a crime. That is what it is, right? But it's less unsightly, and it's considered to be less of a bad thing than if you just drink straight from the bottle. The other one is like when you see instead of looking at a dead body, like when there's like a dead person, they cover him up, right? They put him in a body bag, or like they at least cover it with something. I've seen a guy whose feet was sticking out from one of those, but like, oh yeah, it's not a body, it's just a body-shaped object covered in a body bag. And it's like, we like to tell innocent little lies that are really, really simple to believe. One time, I had a lady friend who was like not very familiar with cities. I think it must have been her first time in a big city. And she heard like, oh yeah, the train's delayed because of like a dog on the tracks. And she was like, oh, that's so cute. But what dog on the tracks actually means is, if you don't know what dog on the track actually means, then maybe you're the prime example of why we have to like have these little niceties, right? Like as someone who believes a lot in like truth and sharing and whatnot, like surely we could just say like, well, some dumb B word decided to not have a dog on a leash when that dog wasn't well trained enough not to jump on the literal death rails to protect the children. I don't know, it's not a logical law though. Yeah, I've heard a lot of things where it's like, oh yeah, if you just don't say them, then you're basically, like you protect children and blah 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 blah. I think protecting children, so protecting children is very important. I think that is something we all need to say. But a lot of people think protecting children means lying to them constantly. means hiding. You know, like, my favorite, like, adults when I was a child were not the adults who go like, oh, hey, how's it going there, buddy? I like adults who, like, talk to you like you're an adult too. Obviously, there's a limit to how you should do that, and you shouldn't treat children like adults. There's lots of ways in which you need to acknowledge they have underdeveloped minds, etc. But to treat them like they're a little, you know, little dog, protect us from the children. Yeah, you know, that's all we need to do, really. Far too many people were like, yeah, I'm gonna treat this child like he's a mentally handicapped dog, and it's like that. Even in YouTube videos, right? That's a common thing. There was an instant is a great term. We far too often will hide something that we all know, with the basic idea being, if you don't know, now you don't have to. And, you know, in a way, there's a... Okay, this is interesting, because, like, with how it relates to people who are big on, what's the word? Trigger warnings. The idea of, like, I don't want to watch certain things, because if I see certain things, it makes me feel real bad. And so please could you tell me before you tell me about those things? And it's an interesting idea, right? But, like, yeah, some things are really distressing, and you don't know that you're going to be distressed by them until they happen. And so, how do you prevent that? Well, you ask people to tell you if this is going to be distressing. You know, there's an interesting idea to that, don't get me wrong. Like, lots of things are distressing in various ways. But I guess this is another case where you're like, yeah, now you're just pushing the burden onto different people. Also, I think I have to make the Netherrack go down a layer around this whole thing. Yeah, I'm gonna actually have to, because I can't have it just be like surrounded by higher. Yeah, I'm just gonna remove a lot of sand around here. I'll take some sand home with me. Kind of need to do it anyway, right? So just sand all the way around, and then we can have the Netherrack go up another layer if we want to. But we'll start from a layer below. Talking about trigger warnings as my trigger, you need to pull out a trigger warning for your trigger warning. Absolutely no merit for it in real life. See, yeah, in real life, okay, this is the thing, because in real life, you know if your friend was almost beaten to death by a police officer once, and so now they find like police brutality videos to be something that's not up their alley. It brings them a lot of pain, and so you won't be like, oh yeah, you've seen this cool video of like a police beating a man to death. You're not going to say that to your friend who was almost beaten to death by a police officer. But on the internet, you don't know people, and you know, I feel like there's almost like there's a funny thing where kind of like, instead of being, the internet is almost like more likely to be a place where you're gonna have gone through something terrible. Like removing yourself from real life and existing on the internet is something you might do because something terrible happened. And so how can you pre-warn these people you don't even know about? And the answer is, it's kind of tricky, isn't it? It's kind of tricky. So is this project a extension of your existing Nether in the overworld, like the fortress? Yeah, the Nether fortress in the overworld is going to be this weird new type of fortress now. I guess you could argue it's less impressive by being like this, but I think it's great. But yeah, do you like Greg's pastry? Oh, I love Greg's pastry. I love Greg's pastry. My guess is 97 stacks of Netherrack. So I've gone through 27 stacks of Netherrack just now. This box right here, I grabbed Netherrack from at the start of the stream. It's now gone and empty. I'm gonna need to go grab another one. It's gonna be a lot going on here. I got kicked out of the group because I didn't use a big enough trigger warning for my art project, taxidermy. People claiming it. Didn't have to use trigger warnings with their insults though. This is the funny thing. Well, this is the weird thing, the harmful thing. I don't know what word I want to use here, but the kind of weird catch in like people who you know, expect you to be super, super nice will get very, very not nice if you are not, right? In a lot of ways. And like, and a lot of people say that as like it's like a paradox. Also, I've got so much Nether quartz, Jesus Christ. Also, oh wow, these were all full. So okay, yeah, I have literally 2 boxes left. Okay, I've got this too. We're fine. Okay. Man, I am running out here. So, is this the size of the OG Neverlands from the 360, or is it not planned at that size? It is planned to be the size of the original Nether. I think it might be 4 blocks bigger, but that's counting the walls. So maybe it's 2 blocks bigger if you don't count them. It should also be the size. It should, you know, it should be basically the exact same size. If you turn down your render distance, you won't be able. You should. It should look pretty good. And then if we might have to build some big cables somewhere. Like here's a good place for it. Like we need to build some fun stuff around here. A taxidermy bear killed my parents. Yeah, a lot of people have this attitude of like, if you're not nice to me, I'm gonna be ridiculously harmful to you. And it's like, wouldn't that be a good place to start if you want to be nice? It's like with yourself. But yeah, ultimately it's like, yeah, every group has its rules. Some groups can decide on some pretty interesting rules, and you gotta be able to roll with those punches, I guess. And sometimes those punches won't want to be rolled with. Also, yeah, this is real tricky for me to fill in. I think I might just cover it up. You know, I'm like the government after 9/11. I've just got to do a real big cover-up and hope no one notices. There we go. You like my joke, internet? You like, it's high quality, right? I try to avoid some topics, but when I get a trigger warning, it's too late anyway. Yeah, that's a key example of like, how do you even the idea of trigger warnings that exist is like, well, I mean, if it's really bad, you know, you might be triggered by the very idea even of like, warning, this includes this. That might, I'm not going to dive into the idea too much, but it's just this idea of like, there is a thing that is happening that you know is happening, and we can all believe it's not happening, and we're all better off. I'm just drinking Gatorade. Now the morality police, they have no concerns about what I'm doing here. Whereas I was drinking straight from a... actually, I feel like one time I was just... I think I was just drinking wine on a stream. But, you know, like, but like some people are like, oh, that's a big concern. That's, you know, I know, like, a lot of people will be like, well, Minecraft's a kid-friendly game. You can't do anything not kid-friendly. And there's an interesting point in that, like, yeah, you know, in the same way that if you say that a dog was brutally run over by a train, that someone might for the first time be like, oh, that's a thing that can happen. This has ruined my day. Someone can have their day ruined by seeing something like that when they don't expect it. Like, there's... okay, you know, the human mind is like a... what's the word? Like a prediction engine. It's, we're really, really, really good at knowing what to expect. The reason people like, I know, like, if you're young, this is maybe shocking, like, this is interesting to you. But, like, people will just, eventually, you know, once you are X number of years into your career, you go and you get a nice house in the suburbs somewhere, and every single day of your life looks like the last day, bar maybe 2 weeks a year where you go on holiday, right? That's the sort of like 4 weeks a year. But usually you have like one big holiday a year, and the rest of your life you try to have every day be roughly the same, besides the weekend where you relax from the work. So that being, for some people that's horrifying. For some people that is like, oh, what do you mean that? But in reality it's like, oh man, that satisfies a part of your brain so much. The part that wants predictability. You want to be really, really good at knowing what's going to come next. The worst part of like a new job for most people isn't like the work you're going to have to do. It's working out what that job is. Like, I don't know, like, obviously the example of like cleaning the toilets at McDonald's. Clearly that's a job that some people might fear for itself. But even then, after long enough, you know, you just, like, I know, like, when I was a child, I remember it was like a taboo job to be a bin man, like a trash collector. I don't know how many words I can use. A refuse, a Department of Sanitation engineer. You know, like that was like a, oh yeah, that job would suck sort of thing. But as I you know, like most jobs that have like a horrific thing about them, I read about someone who cleans up after crime scenes. So there's been a crime, and all the evidence has been gathered. Now there's just a bunch of blood everywhere. They'd have to deal with the blood and stuff like that. And so they learn the smell of dying human. They learn the smell of dead human. They learn the smell of burnt human. Burnt human is meant to be one of the worst smells, by the way. I don't want to know what it smells like. Is that ignorance is bliss? Also, I like that I can see the sun through that. That's beautiful. But yeah, I think that okay. Please don't kill me. I know a garbage man. He smelled the best out of any person when he came to the bar. Right? Okay, so that's an interesting point of like, you become numb to it, but you're also very aware that like, okay, there are smelly things out there. I know when things smell good again. I don't notice the bad smell as much anymore, but I know I don't want to smell like it. I thought about doing crime scene cleanup, says Joe Beth. Oh, awesome. So yeah, it's a job where you have to deal with the very worst things that can happen to a person. And so at first, that'd be so daunting. The first time I smell burning human flesh is gonna haunt me. But if I just smell it every day for a week, you know? An example of this I always think about is, if you raise a child, it's been coming up on a show I watch called Travelers, if you're curious. But they're all people from the future where they don't have meat anymore. And so these are all people that are coming back in time to like a very much meat-eating society. And they're like horrified at the idea of eating it because they haven't been eating meat for their entire life. Like imagine just now for the first time, so like even within the meat-eating world, it's really hard to convince people to eat a crocodile. I saw someone make alligator mac and cheese the other day, and it sounded good, but then I was like, do I want to eat an alligator? I think an alligator would eat me, so I don't feel a moral issue of eating an alligator. Like, he would eat me in a heartbeat, so I'll eat him. But like, on a grossness level, I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't know about that. Also, alligator tastes awesome. Florida moment. Yeah, I assume they're from Florida. I've heard alligator tastes like fishy chicken, and that's like the grossest sound thing. I love time travel shows. Did you watch Continuum? I've heard Continuum is another Canadian time travel show. I don't know why Canadians love time travel so much, but I have not watched it just yet. One of the worst things to deal with when working with dogs is poop vomit. Oh yeah, that is my favorite thing. That dogs, not only are dogs absolutely great fishy chicken, no thanks. See, right, but if I described chicken to you, if you'd only ever had beef in your life, it's got sometimes I just sit there and I wipe out my years of knowledge of chicken, and it's so gross. It's like, oh, like you're eating a bird. It's got such a different like texture. And so, like that's an example of like the first time you do it, it's oh, and then every other time you do it, it's like, oh, okay. You could be that same situation with burnt human flesh. Like, yeah, sometimes human flesh burns, and then someone's got to do something about it. Yeah, I think that's interesting. Personally, that basically every terrible thing you eventually learn, because we like predictable, even if predictable is bad. Predictable bad, stability and bad is better than unknown good. I'd like to try crocodile now. I think it's alligator, not crocodile, just to be clear there. I don't know if there would be a difference, but I bet there would be. The people at the Donner Party had no problem eating flesh, says Google account. You know what? That sounds... Yeah, the Donner Party is my favorite, US history thing that I learned about. It's very interesting, don't get me wrong. But in the UK, Donner means it's like a kebab meat, basically, right? Like it's describing a kebab. Oh, so it's funny that they're the Donner Party, and then, they turned into each other's Donner. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Gator has a slight spice to it. I assume Gator doesn't have a spice to it, but instead, you're just eating very spiced alligator. That's my guess. Like if you eat any meat by itself, it tastes like nothing. Even like beef, even like the best quality steaks in the world, you've got to use salt. You've got to use a bit of some pepper, and ideally you use a bit of garlic, maybe some garlic butter. I think like using some rosemary or something in there. Like you gotta. There's other flavors you need to add to it for it to be good. In the same way, milk. Okay, I can't stand. Okay, hot take. If you drink milk by itself, I don't agree with your your life practices. Like, milk by itself is such a nothing drink. It's like a waste of calories, like, too. It's terrible how many it consumes. Have you ever heard of long pig, Toy Cat? I have not heard of long pig. Is that what alligator is? Is that what crocodile is? Ooh, milk is so bad, says Leanne Vandermeer. Yeah, right, milk is terrible. It's the worst. And there are people who just drink it by itself. Like, again, like, you can convince me, like, okay, take some tasty, like, I don't know. Give me, like, a hazelnut brewed, like, oat milk. Throw it in with some ice. And then also put in some... You gotta use, like, 3 more flavors before that's good. The reason ice cream tastes so good is because, yeah, milk has a decent base to it, but you gotta do something. Like, imagine someone trying to sell you a burger with nothing between the buns. They're just like, it's a burger. What do you mean it's a burger? It's a burger made of burger. You might be upset. You would be rightfully upset, I think. If someone just said, it's a blank burger. Imagine going to a restaurant being like, could I have the hamburger, but hold the ham, please. That would be ludicrous. People would rightfully question what is wrong with you. Yeah, I 2 for 2 on Trident Drowns, says Dazed and Confused. Hey, good to see you, Dazed and Confused, Sean. Hope you're doing wonderful. Unless you're another person called Dazed and Confused who is also a channel member. Or you're trying to hide your identity as Sean, in which case, I mean, who am I talking to? I don't recognize you at all for the first time, Dazed. None burger with left beef. None burger with left beef. That's the one true type of burger. It is good to see you, by the way, Sean. 100% tasty human grade meat. Ooh. Oh wait, no, A grade human meat. Different to human grade meat. You know, why does human grade meat not mean meat that is to the same quality that you would find in a human? Why have people not said that? Anyway, I think that I think we're just really good at getting predictable things. And so I think that's also a problem with, like, our expectations for Minecraft updates, to tie it back into the point about, like, maybe we should vote for them, is, you know, even this update, every name people have given for it has been, like, the Lore and More update, or the Dunes and Ruins update. Like, it's funny because they're all implying it should be double-barreled. We only had 3 double-barreled updates, right? We had Village and Pillage, we had Caves and Cliffs, and then we had Caves and Cliffs Part 2. You could maybe argue Buzzy Bees, like Caves and Cliffs, Buzzy Bees. It's got the same cadence to it. But we've only had 2 updates that have an and in there, and yet everyone expects already. They're like, this is just the way things go. This is the norm for Minecraft now. And I think that's so interesting. I like your explore and decor idea. I think the thing about explore and decor is it's not really encouraging you to explore that much. Like, you know, in the same way Caves and Cliffs was so much more about the caves than the cliffs, it later kind of balanced out. You know, it'd be much more... You know, the Village and Pillage was much more about the village than the pillage, I might argue. It's much more about decor than explore. But it sounds so nice to have a rhyme or an alliteration. Yeah, no, again, I can't deny that I like the Lore and More update. I really like that idea. Also, Cassie Kaiser, it's the load your entire world update. Yeah, this is a problem I think Minecraft needs to maybe address, is like, every update they give you a reason to start a new world, and it causes problems for people with long-term existing worlds. Maybe that's an issue they don't want to address, actually. Maybe it's one that they don't see as a negative, even. But to me, it's like, I have to travel so far for some of them. Like, if I want to find these armor trims in this world, it's going to be a journey. And my world is already over a gigabyte, right? Like, it's going to cause some huge problems. Every overworld update will just be Caves and Cliffs part blank. That's why they have to add the bundle. Once they've added that, it's every single Caves and Cliffs feature finally added. I think they've got to do it. We love long-term worlds. It's what the people want. I'm not sure that is what the people want. Anyway, Cassie Kaiser, you do bottle service. What does that mean? Tell me about it. I want to hear about your job. You know, actually, who here does an interesting job? You know, we always talk about me. Just because it's me doing all the talking doesn't mean we should talk about me. I wanna learn about your jobs, internet. Only tell me interesting jobs. Like, if you deal with burnt flesh, yes. If you deal with burnt milk, no thank you. What is burnt milk? You know, if you burn your milk, then I've got bigger questions about your chefing skills. Is it chefing? Chefing? You know, whatever it is. I make coffee, says Lice and Vale. I guess that would be burning milk. I'm unemployed, says JW Gamer. Are you unemployed by choice? Or are you unemployed, like, you're actively looking for a job, you can't find one? Or are you unemployed because, you know, like, you just don't have a desire to work? Which one is it? I feel like they're all different things. I make the point of sale systems for cashiers, says Andrew E. Oh, that is actually very interesting. See, okay, you know, Andrew E., over here in the US, even Walmart, you don't, like, it doesn't weigh your stuff. But in the UK it does, and it's really annoying. Is there a good reason for that? Do British people steal more? I would love to know. Oh yeah. Candy's delicious, I would love to eat. You know, I'm eating it now. It's not good enough to eat. Which is actually a good thing. Like, I want to use it as a straw. I want to, like, lick it instead. Some stores make you wait for self-checkout. I find in general the rule is they don't, though. Which is real handy. It makes it really easy to steal. But also, your audience are 12, they don't have jobs. Excuse you, my audience is 13. Myself included. Oh yeah, I'm gonna, you know, okay, one of my favorite things is when you eat these, and you have the gunk stuck in your teeth for, like, hours afterwards. It can't be good for your teeth, but it's so good. Psycho Bob 78 works at Walmart. Okay, Psycho Bob, I love your work at the self-checkouts. I guess not your work. I love your company's work at the self-checkouts. Unless you stand there. You know, I've always felt that must be the worst job, just standing by the self-checkouts till someone has a problem and has to ding you. Like, I don't know, there's a difference between, like, if you're a cashier, your profession is, like, getting good at something. Helping people is the worst job. Like, I can't help people with anything. Give me an issue you want help with, internet, and I'm not gonna give you help. 14, so close, says Living Murphy's Law. No, you're definitely 13. Sorry to tell you. You must have miscounted. I'm 24, says Ricardo. You see, 13-year-olds can't spell the age 13. That's how dumb we all are. There's a little man inside every self-checkout machine that scans all your stuff. It's true. Also, I train and manage a team of writers who focus on entertainment journalism, specifically the K-pop industry. Okay, you know what? I know far too many women who are obsessed by K-pop. It's one of the biggest red flags for me, if I'm being honest, and, like, in a person. Like, right after learning, like, you know, tell me if you think I'm wrong about that, internet. But it's like, oh no. You know, it's like learning, like, oh yeah, I like to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, because I just like to keep up with them. And it's like, oh no. This is a big concern. This isn't a person who has put a bunch of time and effort and thought into something. This is a person who has stumbled into a meme community, and now their existence is based on it. You are not wrong. Okay, I'm glad I'm not wrong. Thank you, Generic Ego, for backing me up there. I work for North Yorkshire Police and change policy and laws to better support victims of crime. Hey, that's awesome. I wish I was in North Yorkshire. Wait, if I was in North Yorkshire, could you help me with my crime? I feel like I'm getting crimed on, like, every week or two. Not in North Yorkshire, though. You know, clearly, North Yorkshire is the good Yorkshire. Or maybe it's bad, and... You know, I should have asked if you were good at your job before assuming. You know, like, there are so many jobs I would love to have, not because I would do well at them, but because I could do poorly at them. Like, chat, I don't know how much I can say. So, I crashed a car recently, and every time I call the company to get them to collect it, they push the job to someone else, and that other person doesn't take it. I would love to be someone who has to deal with problems, but insist that it's someone else's problems. and then they just don't get solved. I would love to have that job. It seems like a dream job to me. You know, I would love to be, I would love to not care about people's problems and still get paid like I cared. Yeah, I took out wants to fail jobs. Yeah, okay, here's the thing, right? I am in the very interesting situation of not needing a decent reference to my next job. It's probably why I wouldn't get hired anywhere, is because, like, I'd have to explain why I have, like, a huge gap in my CV, right? Like, I've been working for myself for the last 13 years. Maybe a bit longer. Yeah, like 14 years or so. Hey, Mark Jackson! Boop, doop, 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 doop. Sounds like you want to work in government. Hey, you know the Jones effect. You know exactly where I'm going to work. I'm self-employed. All problems come back to me. Even in self-employment, okay, so, okay, I can share this. I agreed not to talk about something related to this. So I'm gonna be very, okay, so today I got a week ago, I got an email asking if I wanted to play a game that is coming out soon that a lot of people are excited for. Now, I think it's coming out tomorrow even. I don't know if that's saying too much. And they said, if you want to play the game, just sign this non-disclosure agreement, get it back to us, we'll send you the game. And so I didn't want to sign a non-disclosure, like, I don't even mind signing things, it's never easy to sign a document. They're like, just sign it, send it back, and it's like, I'm not gonna go through effort to hand you my information. So I just said, sure, I'll play the game, send over the key, I won't stream it before blank date. You know, I gave them a verbal confirmation. Non-disclosure agreements, if you don't know, are not non-disclosure, embargo agreements are not legally binding. I mean, I guess they're...
Cat tells a risky story.
So Cat tells a risky story. Okay. It really, you know, would you like lots of risky stories? I can tell you all the things that I legally, maybe you're not meant to if you want to sometime. Oh yeah, there's like a huge pile of gunk in my wisdom teeth. That's gonna cause me issues. I agreed not to talk about this, and I'll let me talk about this. So anyway, they just said, like, don't share anything about this game until it comes out. Like, the 24th is when you can share information about this game. And so yeah, I rather than doing what they wanted me to.
I'm stuck at work, but here's a tip for giving me something to listen to.
Can't even fly! I hope you're having a wonderful time at work. Thank you very much for the tip. I hope your workday improves. You know, actually, I hope your workday was already going well. I hope your workday doesn't need to improve, because it's already as good as it can be. You know, if I'm hoping for things, I hope that when you get home, it turns out that you have won a lottery you haven't even applied for. And you know, actually, I'm going to keep on going, you know? And I hope that everyone in your life realizes the value in you, and they make you feel appreciated today. There we go. That's what I really care for. Thank you, Can't Even Fly, and thank you, Squatchmail, for the questionable stories. Don't worry, I didn't mention the game, so we're all good. I told the risky story, didn't even get in trouble with anyone. Everyone keeps thinking it's Minecraft Legends. It's not. Isn't Minecraft Legends coming out later? I only have 3 wisdom teeth. 1, 2, 3. I have 4. Wait. No, I think I'm missing one. Oh, I don't have one yet. Yeah, I've got 3 too. Is that normal? F forgot to change the name on Streamlabs again. I want to know how you got to Can't Even Fly. That's what I want to know. You know, okay, there's got to be some fun. Was that a reference from a previous stream? Or is that a name you previously have had? You know, I need to know the details. Also, I think I have to remove the sand and place it with Netherrack. So if I place the Netherrack here, it'll be crowding out this. So I'm going to do precisely that. I'm going to... I guess, you know, I need sand anyway, so... Let's go ahead and take some. Sometimes wisdom teeth don't even come in. Yeah, I've heard the thing about wisdom teeth is they cause so many complications that they're genuinely not worth having. Like, so many people get them removed, like, preemptively. As like, yeah, I bet this will cause problems somewhere down the line, so why even have them right now? I don't know, like, it's one of those, like, it seems like a evolutionary, like, dead end. Like, you get them so late in your life that they're not even going to be useful for, you know, the average age was like 30 pre-industrial revolution. And so you get your wisdom teeth, like, in the last third of your life. You know, I wish life expectancy was still 30. I'd be living my best life right now. I'd be like, well, you know, it's you know, I say that as if I'm not living my best life right now. I'm probably not far off it. I really enjoy penance donation for accidentally donating a squatcher meal. Okay, oh, you're a squatcher meal. See, that's even more interesting. I thought you were can't even fly. Now I'm more confused. You're not can't even fly. Who are you now? Tell me your story. Give me your job title. So yeah, it's probably Catan because you've gotten trouble with them previously. I got in trouble with Catan previously? Really? When was that? Can you tell me that story? Everyone in this chat is 9-year-old except I, who are 10 years old. I want to share with you something, internet, that makes me feel very old, and so I don't like it. Now every few months, a meme will reach the top of, like, not even like a gaming Reddit or like a Minecraft Reddit, like the top of, like, wholesome memes or something will be something along the lines of, like, oh yeah, do you remember these guys? And like it'll be like, oh yeah, I remember this guy's video so much, and it'll be like, I don't know, you know, it'll be like like a Stampy or like it'll be like a very child-focused creator from 10 years ago, and it's weird because when they first hit the scene, you know, I was like 18, and those were channels that were like very popular with like 6-year-olds. Like, wow, if you're a young child, you love this stuff. And so it's very, very upsetting to me to be like, oh, that means that people who were 5 years old 10 years ago are now old enough to understand, are now old enough to be like, you know, the teenager that I was at the time. If you were 8 years old 10 years ago, you're 18 now. That's... You ever think about that with old people? Like, you ever see an 80-year-old man who's, like, wheelchair-bound, they clearly aren't in their mind anymore, and you're like, you were a real human being at one point. You were at school. You might have been a bully. You might have been... you might have had aspirations, dreams you accomplished or never accomplished. Like, there's a... Also, which one of these walls is real? I think it's this one. Let's confirm. Yeah, it's this one. So we'll build this wall up a little bit. Need to have something here, right? I guess I could have it go out and round a bit. Yeah, you know, okay, just for fun. It's a perfect square, except when it gets over here. And then it's going to go out a bit. And we'll have it just come in for a bit. And this could be fun. I don't know, it just makes the Nether have a bit more of a shape that makes it feel less perfectly square. That might be terrible, we might not want that. But now I've got the option to work with it at least. Okay, so block there, block over here. Gotta make sure we have something on each side over here, so over there and over here. And there we go, a little bit better. Old people were real people once. Yeah, that's like, it's like one of the most, like, it's one of the scariest thoughts. Because then you have to confront the fact that at one point you will be old. 26 or 27. From aspirations to aspirating. It's a real thing that happens. At some point, you don't get to, and I know, like, it's the same, it's weird in reverse too. That people who are now the age you were when you thought you knew everything. You know, as a 14-year-old, I was a fully developed adult in my own brain. Like, I was now 100% sure I knew everything and anything. And now there are people who are 14 who weren't born, who were born when I was 14. They were literally, or they, yeah, they were being born, like, at the time. They were a 1-year-old. They were literally unable to have any emotion or thought, or they couldn't do anything. And now they're able to be like, I know everything. Now they're able to be like, I know, doing whatever dumb things I did at 14. It's crazy. Existential crisis levels of building. Just a reminder, You only ever age in one direction, and you don't know what you're missing till it's too late. That's always a nice one to remember. Yeah, I think this is good enough for my little inward bit here. I'm 50 years old. I believe I know less and less every year. I think that's mathematically true. Or does that mean? I'm in my 40s. I used to be a real person. Now I'm imaginary, says Psycho Bob 78. You know, you say that like it's a joke. But like as far as a 14-year-old is concerned, trying to interact with you, it's like talking to an alien. It's like, what do you have in common? What do you... How should a conversation even flow? Should you be like, oh yes, thank you, Mr. Psycho Bob. You know, do you talk like you're better? Do you try to talk like peers? Should they be like, wag what? Like, you know, I'm using old slang. Should they be like, yo, 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 yo? You know, like, I don't know, like, whatever way... You know, there's a real question in, like, video games. You know, honestly, video games are the... Talking about Minecraft makes everything better. Talking about Minecraft makes everything better. But you do grow sideways. I think what happens is people have the same diet or the same, like, food hunger, but their amount of exercise goes down drastically. So when you're 16, you can eat enough food for a 16-year-old's lifestyle, but you probably don't realize you're meant to adjust it down when you start doing way less of your life. And so you grow sideways if you're... I know it... And, okay, this is the thing about calories, right? So every 3,500 calories is a pound. That's... A pound of fat has exactly 3,500 calories in it. I don't know how perfectly your body can actually translate that into energy, but it's a good measurement to work things out. That's what doctors use, so I'm going to use it too. Do you know what they have in common? They'll both die someday. Wow, they will both die someday. Speaking of dying someday, you know where you can get a great mug? ibxplaycat.store. Thank you, James Weston. More merch plugs are a great idea. Also, Pizza Cat growing sideways. Pizza is so good. Like, every food that we love is nutritionally dense, which is amazing, except for the fact that sometimes you don't need nutritionally dense. You know, like, your smart brain can look at a bag of Skittles and know you probably shouldn't be doing it. But you got like an ogre living in there, being like, oh, me want food with high calories. I guess your primitive brain, maybe you could call it. I can calculate how much CO2 and H2O is produced burning 1 pound of fat. Yeah, but the question I was saying is about calories. So anyway, so let's just say you eat 1 Snickers bar a day versus not eating 1 Snickers bar a day. And if or, you know, use any chocolate bar. They're all like 250 calories. And a pound of fat is 350. That means every 14 days that you eat the chocolate bar versus not, you gain a pound of fat or you lose a pound of fat. That's the difference there. And that means just that one decision every year is... There's 12 months in a year, 2 sets of 14 days in a month. That one decision is 24 separate months, right? Kind of crazy if you say it like that. Man, that's actually really crazy. And so, you know, if over 10 years, you gain 200 pounds, you're obese from a single chocolate bar a day versus not. The same is true for exercise, but like on a way bigger scale. Like if you hike for 2 miles a day versus not hiking for 2 miles a day, but you'd expect hiking for 2 miles a day to lose you 20 pounds a year and slowly burn off that deficit. Whereas you probably don't expect something as innocent as a chocolate bar. You don't expect, like, you know, having like 7-8 beers once a week is like half that effect. Like, you're just going to be gaining 8 pounds. You got to do something with that. You can't just sit down and... yeah, my point here is to say that, like, yeah, it's so easy, and I'm not even like shocked to learn how easy it is to just slowly grow sideways. Because when you're young, you have... So I can't stop using confusing measures. Okay, so this is one of those cases, Leanne Vandermeer. I don't know if this is a... like, this is one of those few things that is better in the Imperial system, because try and look up the number of calories in a kilogram of fat. There's got to be a measurement where it makes sense. Like, I guess it'd be Wait, what is it? Let me Google this. How many calories for a kg of fat? It is 7,700. That's not that far off being a nice measurement, honestly. It's a little bit trickier to work out though. Like, what is that? Like, a kilogram is okay. So in terms of 250 calorie chocolate bars, that's 33? No, 37. So every 5 weeks you'd gain a kilogram of. Do you see the issue of that? The 3,500 is a nicer number. 3,500. I don't know. I think that's the one. It's pretty because I learned. It's same with But even though I know that like a pound of fat is that, I know a gram of fat is like, I guess 7.7 grams. That's such a nice measurement. It's your fiance who's the lunatic, sir. IBX Clicker, I heard 7,000 jumping jacks can burn 3,500 calories, so doing 1,000 jumping jacks a day can burn 52 pounds a year. Is that true? Wait, okay. So I'm going to quickly look up the calories in my beverage, and every time I get a sip, do the corresponding number of... Okay, the good news is it's Gatorade, so there's only 10 calories in this whole bottle. If I do 20 jumping jacks, I can earn that entire bottle of Gatorade. Man, that's still quite depressing, right? To drink a health drink, you have to do 20 jumping jacks. You know, I don't even believe that 2 jumping jacks is 1 calorie. Wait. How many calories per jumping jack? I bet just Google will tell me it's less than that. About 10 calories every minute for doing them. Every 1 jumping jack is 0.2. I have to do 50 jumping jacks to earn my no sugar Gatorade. And if I maybe had something that wasn't Gatorade in there, I'd have to be doing hundreds. Maybe close to 1,000. So it's a good thing that I'm not. Yeah, I know. One calorie is the amount of 1 calorie is the amount of energy it takes to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. Yeah, calories are or rather that's one. We use the word calorie when we mean kilocalorie for whatever reason. But yeah, one kilocalorie is that. 1 calorie is 1,000th of that. Oh, look at me, I'm smart. I can use the word kilocalorie. Also, thank you.
Cat. I remember taking my 11-year-old daughter to see Dan TDM live in 2017.
Whoa, he lived.
Here is your allowance.
He lived in 2017. That's crazy. I didn't realize. I'm not gonna make this joke. What I am gonna say though is thank you very much, Pookie. Hope you're having a wonderful time. Yeah, like I can imagine, right? Just without knowing teenage daughters or anything relevant to this, that now she'd be like, Dan TDM. I would not like to see him. I'm not a baby anymore. Right? I know what my point with that even is. Just to be like, aren't times wacky? Isn't it weird that they change? It is weird that they change, right? Not just me. Also, I've got only 2 pieces of beef left, and I think I'm going to need the last one soon. This is going to look beautiful. Yeah, I'm really excited for the end look of this. It's going to look great. Rose Pentago, I'm glad you have a good doctor now. I only caught the second part of that story. Yeah, there's the human body is such a weird mess. Sometimes, right? No one really understands it. A lot of people are good at convincing other people they understand it. But it's just a big old mess that we just kind of hope for. Okay, so I'm gonna put that in there. We'll put the ink sacs in there, just like really free up some inventory space is what I'm doing here. Also pick up all this sand. A creeper exploded just before I started streaming. A bunch of people show up to watch him just watch TV and eat chips on his couch. Oh, who's that? I wanna watch that. The amount of exercise it takes to cancel food is depressing. Yeah, okay, that is true, by the way. Okay, so if you ever want to get really depressed, like genuinely depressed, because some people are like, oh, I'll just exercise now, I'll earn this. Just work out the amount of exercise it requires to eat a bag of M&Ms or a packet of crisps. Or potato chips. See, there we go. Just look it up. Just give it a peek. Just a little glance. So like, I don't know, a bag of crisps is only 200 calories. And there's 0.2 calories in the jumping jack. So if you just do, that's literally 1,000. Do 1,000 jumping jacks. I want to do some jumping jacks. By the way, really appreciate the gift of the membership to Mark Jackson. Okay, wait. Well, while you all look at this, I don't know where the sun is. Okay, I'm gonna do 10. I'm gonna just do 10 real quick. I feel so like lazy. Oh, can you see me over here, internet? That's 4. Oh Christ. Oh, I hit the wall apparently. Okay, I have now earned 2 calories, or 1/100th of a bag of crisps. Yeah, but I think even though it's depressing. Also, thank you for gifting the 5 memberships. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Next is off-camera push-ups. I'm gonna just say I'm doing push-ups. I'm gonna be down there like, oh yeah, I'm getting the push-ups done. Oh, 3, 4. Anyway, so how many jumping jacks per M&M to cancel each M&M? Once. So okay, if a bag of M&Ms is about 250, I guess there's like 50 in there. I think you have to do about 25 jumping jacks per M&M. Go watch the Iron Brew video. I've heard good things, says Mark Jackson. It's true. All of you new members, you can now watch me bathe in Iron Brew. Literally bathe in Iron Brew. Not figuratively. I'm not bathing in its essence. I'm bathing in the actual brew itself. It's delightful. Naked? You better believe it. You better believe it. Try to eat or drink nothing with sugar in it. It's not easy. I had to do that for 2 weeks. It was a nightmare. Oh, I've been trying to quit sugar for so long. And every time I quit, it feels so good that I don't know why. The only reason to quit it is so it feels good when you go back, is the best I can work out. Morrison's own Iron Brew. Hey, Polly E, you're a woman of great taste. You know the Iron Brew I used. It was spelt funny because they didn't want to infringe on the Iron Brew trademark. It was the only one I could get my hands on in large enough quantities. So I have 1 real bottle of Iron Brew to pour on myself, and the rest is Iron Brew, but like spelt wrong. IBX Toycat, you need a regular amount of sugar to survive. I do need a regular amount of sugar to survive. Glad you understand. No, yeah, so what was I saying before? Oh, yeah, so it's really unhealthy if you start thinking about it that way. Like, you can really break yourself. Yeah, and so the thing you should actually realize is even though it takes that many amount of exercise to burn a single M&M, the one I did right there, I earned half an M&M for those. Wait, let me right now. I don't have an M&M near me. I have like a mini egg. I like mini eggs a lot. Do you want to see my American M&M? Wait, actually, I want to confirm with you, internet, that mini eggs look weird here. Okay, this is gonna be one of those controversial ones where half of you are like, no, that's just how they always look. But I need real people here. They're 99p a bottle now, but they're about 45p when you did it. I think it was 40p flat. I remember paying, yeah, I think it was 40p. It might have been 80, but I'm pretty sure it was 40. I forgot to business expense all the Iron Brew, so I paid for that out of my own pocket. I'm like a teacher that pays for the science experiment. Just letting you know, kind of need some. If you want to help me buy more Iron Brew, then that's a thing. Being able to pay out 25 jumping jacks of 1 M&M is amazing. Yeah, that's okay. That's the way you should actually look at it. Is like, it's really depressing if you like eating food and you don't like doing exercise. But if you think about the human body not as a being designed to sit on the sofa and eat crisps, but if you instead see it as a marvelous energy machine, you can do that amount of work with the amount of energy in that. That thing tastes so good. The little M&M tastes so amazing, precisely because your body knows it gets so much energy from it, so it gives you the signal that, whoa, this is amazing. Like, there are foods you can eat so much of without getting any energy from it. If you eat, like, you ever look at the amount of spinach you need to eat to get, like, a meat? It's ridiculous. The amount of food, lettuce you can eat, etc. Josh Jones has the right idea. It's incredible a single M&M can power that many jumper jacks. Yeah, exactly. The human body is really good at spotting energy-dense food. Wait, actually, let me find a good example of this. I don't think I have any vegetables in the house, because, like, what am I? You know, am I who do you think I am? But, I'll find the healthiest thing I can find, and then I'll find an M&M or something. I'm sure I have a vegetable. I might have a fruit somewhere laying around. No, fruits are good. No, yeah, I'll find a vegetable. Okay, chat. I'm going on a hunt now. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try and find a vegetable. It's a big ask, but someone's got to do it. So I'll let you stare at my person, third person while we do this. Okay, so I found I don't know if it's a fruit or a vegetable, to be totally honest with you. I'd have to look it up. I've never seen this in the UK. It's called jicama sticks. Jicama. It looks like this. Oh god, it smells so bad. So I don't like this vegetable. I can't even pick one up. They look like this. And so this amount of vegetable, like natural matter that grows on a plant. Yeah, it's very odd. It smells fermented. This amount of vegetable will give you way, like, you know, they're like huge, right? Not even a chair stream. Where's the chair? You know, I failed you again. You know, I need to clean this up. It's so gross. Oh, this is why I don't eat vegetables. Anyway, you have to eat like a whole tomato or something to get the same amount of energy. So these are my... Okay, wait, let me just switch it over. These are my Oh, you can see my bed in this cut, but not in the... Wait. Over here, no bed. Over here, bed. You can also see my bathroom. Do you want to see my bathroom? You can see there's... What is that over there? There's something yellow. Oh, that's the yellow on my green screen. I'm really stupid. So these are what mini eggs look like in America. This is odd, right? This isn't what you're used to, if you're British like me. So this bag of mini eggs has 210 calories in it. And the amount of mini eggs in here is... I'll just, like, put them somewhere to count them. Like, you know, I'll find a nice place to count these, so I'll put them on this little lid here. Okay, how many eggs are there? Bear in mind, 210 calories for the bag here. So each of these eggs, there is... You can probably count this quite easily. 4 at the top, then another 4, then another 4. That's 12 eggs, right? Yeah, 12 eggs in this. 11. No, it's 12. Okay. There are 12 eggs here, and there's 210 calories for the bag. That's about 17.5 calories per egg. So eating one of these right now, this is one of my favorite snacks, by the way. They're so good. I love mini eggs. That was 17.5 calories that I just consumed. Wait, 17.5? No, 12.5. Wait. Let me do the maths correctly. 21 divided by 12. Yeah, I think about 17.5, actually. I think I got that right. Unless I'm going too far to go to bed. Yeah, I'll go up here. I'll fly up. Be nice and lazy. So I got 17.5 calories from that because it's very dense. It's this sugary coating. Oh, I'm in Minecraft, but I forgot to switch over. So it's this sugary coating with a thing around it. And so now with that, I can power 0.2 times 5 times 17. I can power 85 jumping jacks. The amount of energy they packed into that made it tasty to my body. It made it one of my favorite snacks because just from eating that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have burned less than 1/10 of the energy that gave me. Less than 1/10 to do all of that. You see all the arms? My legs are going out like crazy. My heart rate's going up. So it's not just that I'm moving my body. My heart rate is going up so I can move my body. My lungs are breathing in more oxygen. They're going in and out. My body is circulating blood everywhere it can. And I've still got 90% of that in the, 85% of that sitting in the tank. Those are kind of sad jumping jacks. They weren't even real jumping jacks, and I'm out of breath. It's magic. Life is a miracle. Like, this is this size, and I can move a body. Do you see the size of me compared to this mini egg? It's immense. Oh, I love mini eggs so much. Okay. Chat, pro tip. The cream egg is an interesting Easter treat. The mini egg is very similar to an M&M if you think about it too hard. But the harder outside, the biggest, it's real good. You know, actually, I like mini M&Ms a lot. But I also like giant Smarties, if you've ever thought to yourself, there should be a giant M&M, that's what mini eggs are. Just joined, is this a fitness stream? It's like the exact opposite of a fitness stream, where I talk about how many okay, well actually, so, I mentioned how it's incredible that I can do that much exercise, right? With just a single mini egg. And that sounds incredible. But what's kind of shocking is how much energy your body needs just to run by default. So just existing, if you laid in bed all day, did no exercise in a day, you would burn over 1,000 calories. The equivalent of 500 jumping jacks amount of energy, just because your body needs to breathe every few seconds. There's no way you can not breathe without being in a coma. I think even comatose people breathe, you know that? I don't think you skip out on breathing. So breathing, it's a huge body expense. Breathing's a big one. Being British, does American chocolate taste like puke/throw up to you? I've heard that it does, and I like to repeat the fact because it's funny, but it doesn't. They use a really, really tiny amount of it. It doesn't taste good, though. It doesn't taste good. But it doesn't taste like puke. You know, it's 1,800 calories a day burned by the average human. Yeah, I deliberately went for a really low estimate. Because if you have a low, if you're short and you're a woman, if you added enough factors in there, it becomes, slightly higher. Heartbeat costs energy. Yeah, your heart is this. Laying in bed is very exhausting, to be honest. I don't know if I agree with that statement. I hope you're doing okay though. By the way, it's good to see you again, Leanne, or Leanne. I can still say it. I definitely learned this years ago. You can't breathe without me, lol, says Lung GD. You know, it's true. I cannot breathe without you. Yeah, what do you get? What do you get from Subway, says Cameron McKinnon. Honestly, I go to Subway when I'm feeling like I want to pretend to be healthy. So I just get... I don't even... Literally, every Subway sandwich tastes the same no matter what you put as the meat. Because you just ask for every vegetable and it tastes like a big pile of vegetables and a sub with some sauce. The sauce is the one big difference you're making, really. I'll sometimes go for turkey ham. Sometimes I put the chicken in there as well. When they do the rotisserie chicken sandwiches, those are the best ones. But I don't know if they always do those. I think they switched it out for a vegan chicken in the UK. And it's not vegan rotisserie chicken. I feel very robbed. They have one that's called steak that sounds amazing. You're like, oh, steak in a sandwich. It doesn't taste like steak. I guess steak strips are technically just means comes from a cow. Subway got me diarrhea. Jealous. I'm not really jealous. Yeah, I'm okay. Very busy though, so happy to be able to catch a stream. I think okay, feeling like you're in a perpetual state of busy is an interesting life thing to be in. But it's probably a good thing in some ways, but it's something I'm trying to train myself out of and be like, look, I have tasks to do, but it doesn't mean I'm busy. I am, I think sometimes it's hard to be I should be in control of what I do and don't do without having to be busy. Maybe that's a meaningless thing to most people. Also, the veggie sub with salt, pepper, oil, and vinegar is my favorite healthy meal. You can't get salt and pepper in the UK. That's interesting. The veggie sub sounds good though. Yeah, honestly, just bread and vegetables will it'll make you feel good while also probably giving you. I know the other vegetables at Subway fresh. They can't. You can't have a slogan called "Eat fresh" and not do fresh vegetables, right? So it's gotta be some amount. I have this issue where I tell everyone I'm busy even when I'm not because I'd rather be home. Yeah, I wish it was more socially acceptable to be like, I know why we had to invent the social cover because you sound like you're socially inept when you're like, I would not like to attend your event because I would like to be at home. You have to have a reason to be at home, right? Otherwise, but maybe that reason should just be I enjoy it more there. I work all day so that I may go home and watch Minecraft videos. Some days I'm like, yeah, I really like going out and doing stuff. It's fun. Some days you just need to be like, I am exhausted and I would like to be here. That is what I want. Shrewdness is key. Also, see, I just did that somehow. How did that just happen? Minecraft is so... See, it happened again. That's so weird. It's so very, very weird. We didn't get pig step. I want a refund. Why didn't it do pig step? You're right, Darren. I was waiting for it this whole time. Thank you very much. Darren, okay, wait, I got you. Do. There we go. Is that... Do you like your pig step? That's the pig step we have at home. Sorry for it. Those pillars are a certified bedrock moment. Yeah, I don't even know how that happens. They leave the cold cuts out for a while. They just replace the old cold cuts with fresher cold cuts. Man, I love cold cuts. Every time I hear the word cold cuts, I was reading a book where they reference some not demonic, a very much hated figure at Nickelodeon who loves cold cuts. And they're like, oh yeah, he loves these. They're so bad. And I was just like, man, I could eat some cold cuts right now. All I want is cold cuts. Do. Wait, if I do pig step myself, I'll slowly manifest people becoming a member, right? That's the real world is filled with a very real concept called manifestation. If you believe something hard enough, it just becomes reality. It's a complicated truth, but it is very much a truth. Don't even question it. Also, I'm running out of Netherrack. I didn't realize just how Netherrack intensive it would be to cover your overworld in it. But apparently you need a ton of these blocks. Apparently you need as many as you can get. Okay, so what we got? You got anything fun for me? In this world, I think I have literally everything you could offer. I just kind of like the idea of peeking anyway. I'm so trained from the super flat world to do it. So, have you ever considered pursuing a career in music? Oh, you're making me blush. I have considered, but I realize it'd be unfair on all the other artists. If you're too good at music, you ruin the game, right? If you're too good, then no one else can exist outside of it. One stack can only fill an 8x8 square. Oh man, that's mind-blowing. Yeah, okay, I want to go make an 8x8 square with my last stack. Is that my last stack ever? Okay, I'm gonna go... I want to make sure I have an 8x8 square just to show you how many I need. Okay, this is gone. Pick it up. Is this also gone? Be kind of crazy if it is, right? No, okay, we got 7 stacks. But still, we're on our last inventory full. Man, that is wild. So, Kat, would you be happy if I became a member? Says Pro Footballer. Yes. I would like it. Because, and hear me out here, because then I would have more money with which to purchase Subway subs with cold cut meat and obviously the essential, the too many vegetables. Honestly, every sub place I love because there's a sub chain on the West Coast called Ike's Subs, I just love that they've got, like, a real strong pepperoncini in there. Finally used all the Netherrack in the nether. See, here's the funny thing. Even after all these shulker boxes, I still have a few more that I can bring over. Well, they're not filled yet. I can go fill the shulker boxes. Ready for doing more of this. Which is good news, I would say. Also, yeah, I know I'm doing this in random patches at this point. But I want it to look as good as it can for a shot that I'm going to use at the start of my next Let's Play. You know, you're seeing how it works. Jersey Mike's is pretty good. I have a funny Jersey Mike story that I don't think I can tell on this channel. I would love to tell it, but I can't. You know, isn't it weird? That's one of those things about the internet. Like, why can't I tell you my Jersey Mike story? And it's like, well, if you tell people that story, then, oh god. Oh, that noise is weird. Also, thank you, Pro Footballer! You know what? You became a member, and now I have enough. I can now purchase a sub. I think I might do that. I've been, like, trying to work out what to eat for dinner for a while. Maybe I just gotta eat a sub. Sub would be real good. You know, wait, actually, you know, I would really like a sub right now, internet. Hint, hint. You know, anyone feel like giving me a sub? Man, how have people not made this joke before? Because the amount I get from a membership is roughly the same amount as a sub. But also, yeah, more tunneling streams. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back to the tunneling. It's true, Clary Frary. Good to see you also. You know, I always love when we see the regular names. It's a reminder that although the world... Also, is this my last stack? It's not. A lot of things in the world are fleeting, but not the channel regulars. And that's what's really important. Okay, so yeah, we have now... Okay, this whole thing over here, we don't have to worry too much about. We are going to do all the lines here. Specifically because it will look kind of interesting. I don't even know why. I just like filling in. Like again, it will be one nice shot later. Jersey Mike does a charity day every year, I think. Are you calling me charity? You know, yeah, that'd be good. Obi brings a ghastly overworld for this. Yeah, I think I'd enjoy looking at that. So I already subbed and got a membership. I'll always be subscribed to you there. I mean, we know the reasons you can't unsubscribe. We know the reasons. Netherrack placing sounds nice. Yeah, it's a nice block placement sound. When will the next social experiment be? What if you're living through the next social experiment right now, and you just don't know it, Doofing Cookies? What if that's the case? Would that blow your mind? Because it should. It's not the case, but I mean, it could be. You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know. We could all give a like, that would be cool. Yeah, I always like the whole, like, what happens when, like, I mention, like the stream. Seeing the number go up is a very satisfying thing. Mojang adds new block sounds every time they add a new block. I wish they'd update the existing block sounds. What do you think's wrong with the existing block sounds, Hexataron? I think they're pretty good. I don't find there's any issues with them. Hey, thank you!
Have you gotten your ice cream cake yet?
Oh,
I'm so emotionally invested in this, and that is so silly.
Okay, Rachel M, thank you for asking. I don't wanna... Okay, you know, thank you. I was gonna, like, save it for the Q&A, but I'll... Just for you. Also, I've got to do something with this. I'll throw it up there, and then I can take this later if I see it and I want it. Ooh, I'm never gonna remember that. Well, that's a gone trident. So I have got the ice cream cake yet. I have. I was gonna like surprise people for Q&A Saturday, but as my stream viewers, you can be privy to the inside information. Yeah, I got an ice cream cake. I got a big one. I've been eating it, and it's been like I've gotten to the point where it's not even good anymore, but I just keep eating because it's so big. And so if you want to, do you want to see my ice cream cake? No, I'm not gonna go get my ice cream cake. Let's not do that right now. You know, let's talk about healthy things. I've got to make good decisions in my life, okay? But yeah, insider ice cream cake. Insider ice cream cake, indeed. That's what you're all privy to. You're welcome for the secret information. Okay, so I've got 20 and 64. I'm gonna use the 64 somewhere else. Put 20 right here. Just get maximum effect by finishing off this beach. There's 3 more blocks, so those 3 seem good to me. And so yeah, we've still got more work to do to properly cover the ground here. But I think we made a huge dent today. I think that's cool. We got lots more sections. There's a lot of this to go. But it's nice. It's real nice. It's pretty cool to look at too. Okay, so now we're gonna go take a 8x8 section somewhere and fill it in. I think this section is the most logical place. Do. Okay, so yeah, right around here, just okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can just actually count down for my blocks, so this will take me down to 49 if I'm correct. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, and then we just finish the square. So chat, if you want to know how many stacks of Netherrack I need for this project, this is a oh my, this seems insane that this is true. But this little square right here is a stack of blocks. Oh man, I know it's true, but I'm still shocked. That was a whole stack of Netherrack I just placed. Isn't that, man? That can't. Look how many I need. So that's an 8x8 area. This is 128 by 128. So I think that means 8 times 16 is I need 16 by 16. The math is not mathing. Oh yeah, this is too much. Oh. Yeah, I need 16 in one direction and then 16 in the other. 16 by 16 is 256 maybe? Yeah, 256 I think. No, that can't be right. 16 by 16. 8 by 8 is 64. 16 by 16. You know, my brain isn't mathing correctly. It's 256, so I need 256 stacks. That can't be correct, unless I made this bigger than I thought it was. It's amazing how much fits in your inventory. Yeah, this is a single stack. Oh, man. Yeah, next time Toycat does live, it's gonna be... Yeah, 256. Okay, I don't know why my brain couldn't do that math. So now what we can do is we can take all of these things and we can go do some stuff. Oh yeah, that's kind of crazy. Bye. Wish I can support you, but it's too much. It's just a melon. Showing up is a lot of support already. Thank you for doing so. Hope that you have. Hope all your issues get better soon, friend. Okay, so throw this in there. We'll throw the. You know, we'll just put this in there so we have something like just a place to put it. And then we'll throw the rotten flesh, the seeds, and obviously the poppies on the ground. We just don't need those. And now we can mine up all of these boxes. And we're going to fill as many of them as we can with Netherrack. I guess we could leave, like, a few... You know what, we'll take the bottom 10. We won't take those two, because we don't have the space. If we're going to use them for Netherrack, too. I mean, I guess I could. You know, no, I think I don't have the space for the rest of this. I have now had the same number of wedding dresses dry cleaned as other articles of clothing dry cleaned. I don't know if that's... Is that high or low? I don't know. Also, thank you very much, Darren Hughes. Appreciate the gift of memberships a lot. Also, just have to mention, right? No, I'm just yeah, I like the, okay, from the outside, this is getting more and more impressive. The bigger the walls get, the more interesting it is. And I'm liking the little layers of something we have in there. I think them finishing and starting up top is gonna look more and more interesting as we go. But yeah, anyway, I've got my ice cream cake, and it's been the worst week of my life for health reasons, but the best week of my life for like good food reasons. So we're gonna go into the Nether via this very strange portal, and it's gonna be great. 8 since Dasher isn't here. Thank you for being our fill-in Dasher, Darren. You know what, Darren and Dasher, not that far apart. You know, it all makes sense. Would you ever become a politician? Would a politician ever become me? See, if they can't even answer that question, then why should I answer your question? See, I'm so good at dodging questions. Basically already a politician. So I can't the king of the UK. Yeah, honestly, like, you know, being a elected politician sounds great. If you want to actually make change, you've got to be king. You've got to be God, emperor, dictator. You don't want to have to answer to people and be accountable to them. So yeah, we got a lot of Netherrack to move, and now is the time to do it, I guess. So this is why I need to, like, you know, I'll put the shulker boxes in this chest here temporarily. If the chest breaks, then that's like a tragedy, but it's like a fixable tragedy at least. We'll put like another one down. Okay, so let's move as much Netherrack as we can, as fast as we can. So yeah, there is a lot of it over here. It does take a little doing, but it's fine. You know, once we placed all of this, then we have to start mining it again. Oh yeah, there's a lot. Okay, we got plenty. We got plenty. Lots and lots and lots of Netherrack. Going straight into the boxes. And then the boxes, we'll just take them straight over back to the Nether, honestly. I mean, back to the Nether in the overworld. And yeah, we'll be very, very careful. A ghast could spawn here and ruin my whole life. Again, it's crazy that if a ghast destroys a shulker box with this much Netherrack in, the entire, like, 1,700 is just lost. But just for being, you know, just to be cautious about that, it's something we've got to watch out for. Now we place these two boxes in there, and we grab another two. 1 and 2. That's not 2. That works though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're good. And okay. This is, you know, have you ever wanted to watch a man slowly load up shulker boxes with Netherrack? Because I think I found the stream for you, so. Oh man. Yeah, look at this. You seeing this? This is... I never realized the scale of this project until I started doing this. Like, this is an 8x8 square. 8x8 square, 8x8 square, 8... And like, just doing enough of these is slowly gonna get this done. Break the chest. That's usually the fastest way to transfer stuff. But in the Nether, I feel like you have to be an extra layer cautious. There's just a lot of fire around here. I honestly enjoy chest organization, so I'm digging it. I'm glad to hear Rachel you know, Rachel really. I'm saying Rachel, I mean Rachel. Rachel. Yeah, Rachael. Like Raphael? Rachael. Man, there's a lot of this. Just joined, seems exciting, says Jay Clark. This is the most intense Minecraft stream you ever watch. You know, viewer discretion is advised, because I'm going to be placing so much Netherrack. You don't even know how much Netherrack I'm going to place. Like, I literally don't know, so there's no way you know. And we place and break both of these. In the chest they go. We'll use the bottom row to indicate it's full, even though the ones on the top row are whatever. It's going to be fine. We'll do 4 at a time this time, just to, like, see if we speed up. Doubt we will. So this top box is also mostly full. I think I have to organize this Nether brick into a shulker box at some point, but separate issue. Thanks, man, who gave me a member. Still don't know you and don't know me still. Thanks, it's just a melon. The beautiful thing is you never need to know anyone on the internet. You know, in some ways that's a downside. Like, a lot of the nice things we do for each other under the guise of, like, recognition, and that's fine. Like, you know, everyone likes to get something out of an exchange. But on the internet, you can be as nice or as not nice as you like. And the fact that some people choose to be nice is nice. You know, I feel scared. The intensity of the music is actually helping with the monotony. Whoa, monotony? Excuse you, Mark Jackson. This is the most exciting Minecraft gameplay of the year. Have you not wanted to watch a man do this ever since you first learned that this is a thing you could watch? Chest organization to the max. I feel nervous. Yeah, honestly, at any moment, a ghast could come and get me, right? And it would all be... I would lose so much Netherrack. It would be horrendous. Have I really emptied this whole thing out now? No, I haven't. Gotta do all of this still. It would be awful. It would be day ruining Okay, we're fine. Next chest. I guess because the shulker box holds half a double chest, we just feel like we're going for a lot. But it really does feel like a lot, right? Okay, all of these ones are still filled with... Yep, we got so much Netherrack to go. You gas-proofed the tunnel, right? I think I gas-proofed the tunnel, but I'm hearing a ghast right now that tells... Like, I remember I remember gas-proofing the tunnel, but then I remember it not fully working for some reason. And I don't know if I fixed that, or if I just didn't. And so this is one of those things I will learn the hard way. But yeah, once we finally finish... Once we replenish this chest storage, we'll be able to go back to... Yeah, it'll be a lot better. Ideally, I would just put my Netherrack straight into shulker boxes. But in the Nether, it's quite dangerous to do that. Go knock on some wood or something. Why do people say that? Was there really a spiritual belief at some point that if we knock on some wood, everything will be okay? Because if so, you know, people are stupid, is what I'm saying. Yeah, I would love to do like things visualized. You know, I might include that in my next like builds you shouldn't make. Like, I would love to visualize the amount of blocks required for something. I think that'd be real fun. I think that'd be a lot of fun indeed. There's always ghast noises in the Nether, even in peaceful. Really? Wait, are those noises not actual... Whatever. Oh, so thank you! Really appreciate it, Benjamin Rogers. Hey! My man! Thank you for the 25 Australian. You know, I'm glad you're back. You gotta hit me up, man. You wanna be back? You gotta... It's been a while. It's been a while. Benjamin Rogers, like OG editor. I feel like was one of the key people who encouraged me to like step up in the editing on the channel, like do things better. It was like a costly thing, but like it was like an idea that paid off, I think. Yeah, everyone should learn to make steak in the oven. It's so easy, and my number of dry cleaned wedding dresses is 2. Congratulations. Also wait, steak in the oven. I mean, you can make anything in the oven. Like, you can make toast in the oven. The question isn't whether you can, it's whether you should, right? That's the problem I think people will get to. Is that true about peaceful ghast noises? It's the problem we had earlier. Like, when someone says something confidently enough, you just don't know whether they're telling the truth or whether they're just confidently misinforming you. It could really be either, and it's quite hard to be certain about which one it is. Are those real ghast noises, or are they... I don't know. The question is, can you make steak in the toaster? Oh, you totally can make steak in the toaster. Wait, you know, toaster steak. It's a thing, right? If there's dishwasher salmon, then there's toaster steak. It's got to be a truth, right? Do you think I'm right about that, chat? Do you think there's toaster salmon? Do you think there's toaster steak? I just don't know. There's only one way to be absolutely sure. Also, whoa, all of these shulker boxes, and I still haven't actually emptied out my supply from here. For what it's worth, give some credit where it's due. Okay, is there any more Nether quartz? There's not. It's surprising there's not more Nether quartz. There are ghasts in your walls. I mean, evidently, right? Evidently, there's a ton of ghasts in my walls. Okay, so we now have 10 shulker boxes more, which is another 17,000. And then we could always go get more. So we've got 17,000 Netherrack currently in shulker boxes. Well, we'll have 17,000 after we're done, I should say. And then we'll count how much we have here. And if we add that up, we'll be able to see how much we can place in, like, one stream. Yeah, that'll be a fun idea. Okay, so this one needs to be emptied. I don't think it's going to work correctly, because I'm going to... Oh, is that filled? Is this one filled? Okay. So we need to put all of this back. We'll put it back in this one, just the ease of counting. So as well as the 17,000 I have on me, I also have about 2,500 in this chest. Let's call it like 2,700, 800. 1,700 in this chest. About 4,500 on top of that. So I could place 21,500 blocks before I have to go and what would the word be? Refill, restock. Pretty good, honestly. Pretty good. Oh, and this isn't 10, so it's actually a little less, like 23,000. I probably have some Netherrack lying around on this side of the world that's useful, though. I'm laughing so hard about... Oh, so wait, did I fill up the Nether Quartz block? I did, okay. I should have put this in there, really. Let's do that right now. Just throw it in. And then we'll go take the sand shulker box and put that away. Or maybe we won't, I don't know. We're probably going to need some of that. Someone should invest in a toaster you can use in the bathtub, just for the bad joke. You know, in the UK, we don't have power sockets in the bathroom. Don't know if that is a known about fact, but you know about it now. And so you physically cannot put a toaster in there. It will not work. The idea is just missing. Anyway, here we are, back at the house. Wait, wrong place, but we have to go get some steak anyway. I have power sockets in my bathroom. I'm in the UK. No, you have shaver sockets, right? Wait, tell me if I'm wrong. Hexateron, if you have full-on power sockets in your bathroom, you need to let me know. Extension cord. So where do you dry your hair? Outside the bathroom. That's how you dry your hair. Yeah, no, it is on those weird facts. Extension cords exist, Toy Cat. Yeah, someone actually died because they got an extension cord plugged in their phone with a dodgy cable that didn't regulate voltage, then got in the bath, and it's like, man, at some point you're asking to die. At some point you're just really hoping that death will take you. And that's okay, we can all want to die. Just gotta be a little bit less blatant about it, I feel like, at some point. Okay, so as well as the 20... I've got about 16,000 on me right here. And then I've got... Oh, yeah, I've got only about 23,000 Netherrack I can place. Then I'm out. If I place every single block of Netherrack in my world, I'm still not going to finish the project. But I'll get a little closer. Okay, that's good of me. That'll be my next stream in the project, clearly. Hexteron says, oh yeah, other people have short hair. Where do you plug in your water heater? Man, I think this is like a cultural difference. Like, my water heater is like downstairs and my showers are all upstairs. Isn't it more a weird fact that USA do have sockets in their bathrooms? Who's the weird ones, really? No, I think the UK is unique for not having sockets in our bathroom. Like, I do think that is the common thing around the world. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. Now that I'm saying it out loud, it sounds crazy. Sounds outlandish. But I do believe, maybe incorrectly so, the norm is to have sockets in the bathroom. So let's take all of these, make 1 trillion firework rockets. Literally 1 trillion. Yeah, it's pretty good. Glad we're doing so well. We can put our trident away if we have one. We don't. Well, we do, but it's in there already. The water heater's generally in the water heater's definitely not my bathroom. It's under the house in a crawl space. That's interesting you put it underneath your house. Mine's under my stairs, which I guess is like the closest thing. But we usually have like a little cupboard attached to the house for that, where we do things. So we do have sockets in our bathroom in Norway. In Poland we have them. Yeah, so that's weird to me. Obviously you can just make them safe, I bet. But we have like, in the UK we're like scarred by the idea. Another equivalent one is people will not drink hot water from a tap. Here. There. I guess. Sorry, I'm in America. Howdy, I will drink hot water from my tap because it comes from the same place. However, in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, what they like to do is they will not drink the hot water. In fact, you have to have separate hot water taps because water from the mains is clean. It's treated, it's sewage. But hot water is stored in a big hot water tank, which might be exposed and might give you Legionella or something like that if you drink it. Not Legionella, but you might get something bad. I don't know. I can't even tell you what the bad thing is. So can it really be that bad? If I don't know about the bad thing, is it even bad? Philosophers have wondered this question forever. Never gotten a straight answer. So I'm going to take another stack of beef, but I'm really running short on these. Should I just use the cooked mutton? Get it out of the way? No, I'll use the beef. Always use the beef. Let's fly out for it, and let's go. Salmonella. Big salmonella. You know, I'm just saying, Bedrock players definitely get better long-term diseases than Java players. Americans don't drink hot water. That's also Texan Toy Cat is yes. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, clarify, is your water heater really in your bathroom? That's so interesting to me. That's really interesting. I guess that's not impossible. I'm trying to like picture it, and I'm like, I guess it exists in some places. Actually, I don't know how my hot water's heated. Wait, yeah, where does my hot water come from? I've got an apartment here, so wait, you can see behind me. So that right there is my breaker box, and then behind there is where the AC stuff goes. How do they heat up the water? Wait, chat, if you're familiar with the Vegas water heating economy, I live in an apartment, how is my water hot? Because it does take a while, like in the UK, whereas some places it's like instantly hot. You know, I've got some good questions. American bathrooms are required to have internal circuit disruptors installed, so if you drop a toaster in the bathtub, it won't shock you. Or is that just what they want you to think? I love that you can say that for basically anything, and it's like, well, he's got us there. You know, that might just be what they want us to think. We wouldn't know if it was, because we'd think it, and they would be correct. They would have won in that way. Okay, so 4 boxes go over here. Lovely, good to see. And now we have this much new Netherrack. So yeah, we still have a lot to do. I really want to push the walls higher as well, like really feel overwhelming. And also like, yeah, just around here, like having a little bit of overworld does ruin the vibe of it. But we're getting more and more of this just looking like pure nether. And that's something, I think I could probably finish this of the 23,000 I've got. So I reckon take those blocks, do one last big hurrah, and then at least the floor will be Netherrack. And then I have to spend a bunch more on the walls. We'll have to go mining before I can do that. So it's a big project. I'm still working on it. But for now, I hope you all enjoyed this particular live stream on the internet. I have to go work on some videos because I am about to leave the United States. And so have a great day, everyone. Unless your name is John, in which case your name's fake. Yeah, I'm gonna eat some mini eggs, honestly. You know, I think I've deserved, after this stream, I'll eat mini eggs. So good. Alright, thank you for watching. Goodbye. I should do a stream, wait. Idea chat. A stream where every tip, I'll do a certain number of jumping jacks. And then I'll get in shape. Or, maybe not tip, maybe it should be like, every like on the stream, I'll work out a metric. I'll make it good for me. Sitting burns 75 calories an hour. Wow, burned me a lot of calories today. Anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. Enjoy your rest of your day. Bye.